Hello and welcome back to the finishing line, the only show that gives you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
That's a lie.
No Tom today, but Andrew and Sean are here. How are you, gents?
Surviving, Dave, I think is the words we'd use. That old fucking real flu that's going around this time around, the mind COVID shit. This thing is real, wherever this is. That knocked the bejesus out of me, but back on the straight and narrow. I'm just delighted I didn't get it over Christmas. If I had to go over Christmas, I would have been in foul humour now. But I've got it before, so I can go out there, chest out, and no worries of catching this thing again.
Andrew, how you doing?
Sure. Grand, Dave. I've had a week of it with kids and all that. One of my fellas decided to rip his knee wide open after training, of all things. Literally so bad you could see his kneecap, which was fun.
Yeah,
so I spent most of my, what day was it? Monday night / Tuesday morning out in the hospital, and then I had the flu and whatnot. I'm tired. I'm looking forward to racing next week. I can't wait.
Christmas
How are you,
racing.
Dave? How are you, Dave?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's just work's being busy. It's tiring. It's up early, home late. So and it's just dark. It's just dark all the time, and it's raining all the time as well. Like, all the fucking time, like.
And you know what I don't get then? Leopardstown did a going report during the week, and they've good in the description. I don't know what the fuck. How that's ever happened is beyond me.
Go to Leopardstown.
No, but like, yeah, like there's good in the. It's rain for about a month, 6 weeks, right?
Poppy is here too.
She's pointing none of you. Well, Pops. To be fair, Leopardstown is. Yeah, it's been raining. Houses good actually. I actually remember, was it not Christmas last year? Maybe 2 years ago. It was good to farm one of the days at the Christmas.
They started pulling them.
Like Leopardstown just dries very quickly. Like a lot of the time, when we're talking about DRF, horses are pulled out because the ground is too good up there. It doesn't be soft enough for them. So it's not a surprise really. It's in essence they have the ground ready for the flat horses. So. But look, we are here to talk about a mid-season review. We've a couple of different topics to touch on, and those topics are broke down into smaller sections. We won't spend too much time on all of them, but a few opinions, talk about a few horses, jockeys, trainers, you name it. And then we're going to just talk about the long walk hurdle the weekend, the grade 1 at Ascot, kind of a Christmas grade 1 every year. Not a bad race, but the 3 mile hurdling division in essence is not the best division in the world. Please like and subscribe. I'll say that again at the end. Remind you all, throw in the comments as we're going, and hopefully you enjoy the video ahead.
There is a problem with it going on to X right now, so I'm currently trying to fix it. That's why I'm looking down at my phone.
Twitter.
Sorry. Twitter.
It'll always be Twitter, won't it, though?
It will.
Yeah.
But I say that I used to type in, when you're going onto your search bar on your laptop or whatever, and you just press T in Twitter, it used to pop up. Doesn't pop up anymore.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They got rid of it.
Shout out to Big Mad Gary Warrior.
Warrior Back to foil. He's going to be.
If he hasn't bummed State Man, he won't be winning the King George anyway.
Right on a motorbike.
Okay, we're going to kick straight off, and the first topic we have for this mid-season review is horses that have defined the last 3 months. 3 months, kind of since October. And let's talk about.
Sorry, I fixed
it. Let's talk about established stars delivering. Men, horses that have confirmed their reputation, and perhaps championship, we're talking Cheltenham races, championship contenders that have strengthened their claims. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be a Grinch here. the season for me has been poor from start to finish.
You've been giving out a lot about this season.
Right? Another fucking 7-2 runner and 3 runner races this week. It's been a poor season. Horses confirming their reputation. There hasn't been many came out for me. Lassie is the only one, but she won a nothing race up there at Ferry House. Someone's brought in Final Demand. Look, I'm going to take Final Demand on at the moment.
Come on,
anyway.
Jimmy the Snail. On, Jimmy.
Jimmy the Snail, I think, is a decent horse, and I just need to see more from Final Demand. But he's not really an established championship contender yet, as he's a novice.
We're going to get on to
Andrew,
the novices.
Andrew, how has the Stars delivering gone for you so far?
I like the ones that we've seen so far. Like you've the likes of Fact the Foil, Gaelic Warrior. They are after doing their reputation all the world of good after nearly killing each other in the John Durkin. They're apparently going to meet again on the 26th in the King George, which may be the last King George ever held at Kempton by the way things are going. Lost him out, jogged around. Go on.
Can I cut across you there? I might be the only I might be the only person. Well, I know there's one other person, but he's miserable. Maybe I'm miserable too. I didn't like the John Durkin. I didn't like the John Durkin. To me, it was just a 2-horse race, and the others didn't try. And I know I love Gary. I quite like Fact the Foil, but I don't think it was the big race that people made it out to be.
Who's the other one?
Sean Sinnott.
Yeah, I don't like the way Sean's on. He's gone fairly miserable lately. I must have work.
Hard work. Sorry anyway for cutting across you.
Where was Lost him out? Obviously jogged around. She's 5-2. Treat them on for the champion hurdle. Sergino's going to be going that way. He runs a Christmas. Elete Tomp, I thought, is the one that probably that they're rising to the highest level out of anyone that's come out of novices last season. I think he's just a much, much improved horse when he was with the younger days. I was actually going back through his form the other day, and I remember we were at the DRF when he made his debut for Willie in was it a 4-year-old hurdle where he was backed off the board and he was just kept wide the whole way around. And he pulled and tugged. He was in the green and yellow colours back then. Well, I think he's just a hand over fist after improving so much. T Hoop on the stairs, done himself no harm, and I think Django Bay is another one that is after really cementing that, yes, the Arkle probably was a fluke in the way it was run and it fell into his lap, but he's proven himself to be a very, very decent horse now, and he goes into King George as well. I think they're the main ones kind of that you can take out or after kind of cementing themselves as very, very good horses.
Sean, what about you?
Yeah, look, I'd agree with you there. I don't think we've seen much yet other than Elite Tomp. I agree. He's probably put his stamp down on the champion chase now. I'd say he's come a long way from what he was, and he did run in Cheltenham in the likes of a Triumph and the Supreme. I know that people would probably crab him and say he can't go around Cheltenham. And look, the facts are he has performed poor, but I'd say he's a different horse going this year now than where he's ever been gone there. I look elsewhere, and like obviously your Gaelic Warrior and Fact the Foil and the John Duke, and like they are what they are. We sort of knew what they were and their reputations. Lost him out, as you said. I think Django Bay, I think his big test is in the King George, to be honest with you now. I'm not sure what I make of him at the moment. I know he won the last day, but like picked he didn't go a gallop. Ile Francais fell out the back of the telly and he was left at Gidley Park. Like if you told me Gidley Park was lining up in the King George, like I don't know if he'd even. I wouldn't even put him near the top 3. Like, so I just think he's gonna get a good hello welcome to the open company, because there's gonna be no hiding places in that King George, and jumping he can throw in 1 or 2 ones, but that's gonna have to be impeccable, because you're just not gonna be able to make a mistake with the likes of Fact the Foil and Gaelic Warrior if he's on a swan song. You've Ile Francais out in front. I just think that's gonna be relentless, and they'll be making ground at fences where if he hits one where it might cost you a length or 2, it's probably going to cost you 3 or 4 in a race like this. Elsewhere, I'd say a horse that, look, he obviously was beaten in the Triumph last year, but I'm going to give Lamba a hell of a lot more credit than I did coming into the season. I wasn't sure about him. I thought he was slow. I thought he needed a trip, but boy, jeez, did he prove me wrong. I thought that race in Sandown was phenomenal now. He looked like all my worries were there over the first 2 fences. looked like it'd come true, and all of a sudden he jumps to fourth.
We'll come back to Lunamba because we're going to talk about is Sean gone?
I just think he.
What was this?
Yeah, I just seen a hand.
What the hell was this?
I'm stopping you because we'll come back to the novices, so we will
Alright,
leave
alright.
Lunamba there.
Yeah. Go.
How about breakout performers? The lads have kind of stolen my thunder on it. He won the Arca last year, but for me, it is Django Bay, and I completely disagree with Sean. I think Django Bay will win the King George.
Do you?
I absolutely do, yeah.
Even if Fact the Foil and Gary line up?
Fact the Foil, it's a complete myth to say that you don't have to stay 3 miles to win the King George, because the strongest stayer always wins the King George. They go fast, and you have to stay in the King George every year. I don't think Fact the Foil stays 3 miles as strong as some of the others will anyway. I think he'll win the Ryanair again, no problem. I'll be waiting for that, but not the King George. Gary, I love. To me, it's between him and Django Bay. But Gary throws in a melt every now and again. So I just would never back him at like 6-4, 7-4. I'd prefer to just watch him and let him win, because he could do anything. He could line up and then decide that he's not racing today. And I love him. He's brilliant, but that's just the reality of it. And I think Django Bay won that race at Ascot so easy. It was like the coming out party. The Arca form is so strong. He's clearly a stayer. I think he wants 3 miles more so than even the Ryanair trip. And I think his jumping was mustard at Ascot. A bit up and down over hurdles, but he's clearly a much better chaser.
That's a word I never thought I'd hear you fucking say.
Which
mustard.
I really like Django Bay. I'll be with him. And he's my breakout performer. The others, I was hoping for some of the novices, like the likes of Caldwell Potter, to come out and establish themselves, but we haven't seen them, or they're injured. So, how about you, Andrew?
There's a few. One who is one of very few Willie's fancied horses who's actually gone in. Oh, excuse me, fucking annoying. In the last few weeks, Sortordo. I rate this fella very, very highly. I think he won a Cork, he won his maiden. Absolutely bolted up. He was still available at 40s for the Supreme up to about a week and a half ago. People are starting to cop onto what he is and the fact that he might be one of Willie's really good ones. Look, Willie's form has been atrocious over the last few weeks. I was talking to Gavin Lynch today, and we were just talking about racing in general, and he was telling me that he's had 15 odds-on favourites beaten in the last 2 weeks or so. And I know Willie is very, not very slow at getting his horses going, but it's coming to the part of the season where a week out from Christmas and all that, and doesn't seem to really turn in the waters of his horses running well. Like, he had one or two, was it at Doncaster or somewhere like that a few days ago, and they were well beaten again. Now he'll have one or two pop up in the bumper, but it seems to be quite a bit of a worry now coming into the Christmas time. Whether you want to trust that or not is another thing, but considering all things, I think Saturdo has been a massive, he's been very much gone under the radar of what's happening towards Willie's horses. He's the one that came out and absolutely bolted up with them. Another one, horse that we like, Dave, and won the Greatwood Hurdle, Alexi. He's running on Saturday, the last race at Ascot as well. I think he's going to be a very, very good horse. He used to run off top weight.
I text Tom and Sean yesterday. All the stats and trends are against him for that race. So if he wins that, he's genuinely a champion hurdle contender, because he shouldn't win it off top weight and the weights are and so on and so forth. So I love seeing him win it. I think he was deadly at Cheltenham, and he's improving. Yeah,
I think just the way he won at Cheltenham, he jumped the last, and he put 6 lengths between him and the second in a blink of an eye. I think he's a very good horse. No drama this end. I think he's going to be a top class horse as well. He just oozes class the way he goes around and goes about his business. There's nowhere near, they haven't gone anywhere near the bottom of him yet. He'll probably go off and win that race at Newbury. What's it called? What can someone say the name of it? What's the thing that fucking... Newbury. It's 27th or 28th.
Shallow.
For me.
That one, the
Cheltenham.
Shallow. He'll go off and win that now, and I think fences are going to be the name of his game. But I think the one who really stood out to me, I think he just had to get into a different level for a fence is Romeo Coolio. I think he just smacks of a superstar now after what we've seen in his first 2 starts. I know the first start, look, it was just a jog around. The second one where he absolutely demolished the field. I thought he was very, very good, and I think they could go up or down with him. I don't think it'll matter where they go, whether they want to take on Copic the Board, who, look, God only knows if we're going to see him for the rest of the season. You know, Willie was he's had a little setback. A little setback turns into a year, and that turns into, he might be ready for Cheltenham. We're not going to risk him. We'll give him the rest of the year off. He's a good horse, and so on and so forth. That's the way that usually happens. So you don't know if you'll see him for the rest of the season. But Romeo Coolio, I think he's the one that's at the top and the ones that's really at the press of me this season.
Sean, a breakout performer, but not a novice. Something coming in maybe from last year that has exceeded your expectations.
It's trying to curveball at me here now. I'd say I'm looking forward to seeing the horse out the weekend on his policy. I think that Stairs hurdle, there's a couple like imports to ass sort of come. I don't know if he's going to cut at that level, but I think that's a division that's screaming out like for someone to come into it. Like I had a look, like you can't really give anything. Like Elite Tom's not really a breakout in the champion chase, is he now? But other than that, I don't think too many pictures have changed. Like you look at the champion hurdle, we probably lost more than we've gained through injuries and stuff like that. And I haven't seen anything outside of Lossy Mouth for that one yet. And then the champion chase, the Gold Cup. I don't think the Gold Cup picture has really changed with the Ryanair. So if there's one, it's probably going to be the Stairs. I think might take it could be something over Christmas or this weekend that might take a bit of shape to stand in that race. I think that's one definitely worth keeping an eye on.
Quickly, and we move on to some novices. An established horse that's disappointed. For me, I expected it, but watching it, I still was dumbfounded. And Majborough, his jumping is absolutely fucking appalling. It's like I don't know what. He's like a fucking deer or something. You don't know what he is. I don't know. He's just so disappointing because there's clearly an engine there when he won the Triumph, and he jumped out that day as well over hurdles. But for me, he's a disappointment. Andrew?
Yeah, big match as well. It just comes across the category of being a tick horse. He's just not learning. He's not learning how to relax. He's not learning how to race. He's not learning how to sort himself out. He just flings himself at fences, just leaves his hind end behind him, and it's going to cost him. You will not get away with that in the champion chase going 100 million miles an hour. He's just a massive disappointment considering the amount of talent that horse has. Well, he's obviously going to run again over Christmas, as far as I know, and I think that will tell a lot where they'll end up at Cheltenham. Will it be revert back to hurdles or all guns blazing for the champion chase? He's 5-1 for a champion chase, for Christ's sake. On the back of the way he jumps, and go back to the Arca last year, he nearly took the last 2 fences home with him, and he's 5-1 for a champion chase.
I've heard so many people say, "Oh, but the engine, he was so close, and he made a mistake." But he made a mistake, and he makes a mistake in every single race, and you cannot make mistakes. It's fucking jump race. Yeah, Sean,
you can't get away with it. Like someone put in their racing IQ, say he's a brilliant jumper. That racing IQ is the biggest load of bollocks I've ever come across in my life. Literally the biggest load of bollocks ever. If that's telling you that Majborough is a good jumper, then you know it's some load of bollocks. Like you have 2 eyes, you can see he's absolutely hammering fences left, right, and center. Stop, like.
Sean, a disappointment for you?
Yeah, it's a match, bro. I thought it screamed everything that he showed in his novice campaign, just continued on. And like you just touched on there, like people saying, "Oh, he got so close." Like, I don't get people backing him for Christmas. I think you're absolutely off your lula if you're backing him for Christmas. Like, oh, he's going back left-handed. It makes no difference. He's still like left-handed at Cheltenham, and he just ate the last 2 fences. Like, it didn't make that much of a difference. Like, fucking hell, like left, right-handed, it won't matter. He's still gonna do mad shit. But he goes down, and he's just. Like he's no respect, like none. He just like he goes through the second last a full pelt and just go straight back at the last and bunnies the thing. Like I don't know where he's gonna learn. I think people are nuts backing him, and then like the only way you can have some sort of hope, you're at having your stones on him in the summer, and you just have to try and hold on to something. But like you cannot tell me there's been horses like unbelievable jumpers who've made one mistake and lost the championship. It's like you cannot go with that frailty of knowing he's going to make mistakes and like get away with it. It's just not going to happen in the championships. And wherever about him going around Leopardstown, come March, they're going to go a million mile an hour. And if he can't make his mind up.
Do you know how I know Masborough is not going to win the champion chase? Because our good friend Kubo from Scotland comes over, we go over to him.
Amen, Kubo.
I tell you his record in the champion chase. Shashan Pour Soir didn't win. He never backed Altior any times, right? Who else did he back? El Fabiolo.
He probably backed Underso when Special Tiara beat him.
Definitely the Soy when he was 1 to 10.
He backed Underso and Special Tiara beat him. He backed Duvan when he was pulled up and got injured.
Definitely the Soy in the 3-horse race, 100%.
No, he never backed Altior, like I said. In the last couple of years, he's strong on Maj, right? He can't jump. Strong on Al Fabiolo, he can't jump. So and I don't think he's back to winner of the champion chase in 15 years. So it's incredible bad. So I know we're right talking about Maj because Kubo thinks he's going to win.
Poor Kubo's having a bad time for it now. Poor Celtic now at the falling apart his back.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lord. I never even heard of our man that's managing him. But anyway, look, we'll kick on to some novices, some of the future stars. Do any have one that perhaps screams? This could be chasing or hurdles, festival horse that I know Sean is going to say Final Demand.
No, I won't do that.
Maybe something a little bit more obscure that you're thinking, this is a Cheltenham Festival horse, whether it be in a handicap or one of the novice graded races. Andrew.
Yeah, look, I've talked about him already. I think probably Saturdo. I just think he's so, as I said, going up under the radar a lot. I think wherever he lines up, I think he'll play a massive part in it. But away from the obvious, no, not really. Dave. Like I've seen a lot of talking. There's a fella that tagged a few of us in a post about Dr. the Mesnil. Like this, all of a sudden, where's this thing come out of? Like, I think he won a bumper. And every Tom, Dick, and Harry's fucking latching onto the thing. What's going on here? Like,
I think it's a bit of a last chance resort of Willie having a star and him being in Leopardstown and the maiden hurdles. I think it's a bit of everything going on there.
Yeah, I'm not understanding it whatsoever. And people second guessing where they're going. Like, stop playing Willie Mullins bingo, lads, in December. It just doesn't happen. Sorry, one actually that I've talked about before is Jesus Christ. Say his name for me. Oh, Hurricane Pash. I like what he done at Safe Sandown. Jesus Christ, I'm saying Save Me a lot tonight. At Sandown, he done as much, if not more, than My Daddy Paddy has done. Another one that everyone's latching onto 5-1. Where the name of God are you getting this out of? But I think he could play a massive role. He looks to be improving a lot. He's very straightforward. What is he now? Paddy 20 to 1 for Supreme Novice Hurdle when the rest of them haven't even run yet and they're all shorter than him. I think it's absolutely madness. He turns up there on the day, he'll have one more run. I'd say he would not be that price, 20, 25 to 1. I think it's a great price for him. I just not getting this Dr. the Mesnil malarkey, and given the thing hasn't even run yet.
Yeah, look, for me, you mentioned Romeo Coolio, but in Ireland there hasn't been a lot jump out. I was majorly impressed by Lulamba. I would side with him over Kopek at the moment for the Arkle. I think every race he's shown a tendency to be behind the bridle and then be strongest at the finish. I was against him for the Triumph. He should have won that. I don't know how he didn't. He was very strong to finish a Punchestown last year, and his chase is the same. At the middle portion of the race of Sandown was super impressive when he lashed onto the bridle. So very impressed with him. And a
Yeah,
few
I
people have
started
mentioned
to
in it.
progress. Like, he was one as well that I just didn't have any time for at the start of the season.
Yeah.
But that as well is after totally changed my perspective on. And now I'm not comparing him to this horse, but the way he goes about. No, better, even better, Sean. You love this one. He's very much Altior-esque. There's nothing flashy about him, but when he comes off the bridle, he just finds and finds and finds. And I think he's going to be that kind of horse that will do that if he comes off the bridle. There will be no panic when he comes off it.
Yeah.
He'll just keep going.
Hendo he gets the same type of horses, don't he? So like it's just the way his horses are, the way they look and all that. But look, there's probably over the last few years, there are probably people in England that watch the show that we do here thinking that we are biased to the Irish horses. But I've loved some of Hendo's horses through the years, Altior, Sprinter, Sacra. And I think this is one, him and Django Bay are two I can get involved with now. And a few people have mentioned Old Park Star. I was more impressed with the other Henderson novice, Act of Innocence, the one that ran in the Newbury race that the likes of John Bon and Bouverdaire have won. I think he's a supreme outsider. I'll have to see him again. But yeah, I think the English novices and stuff have been more impressive so far. But obviously we have Leopardstown coming up and we might see something there. How about you, Sean?
Yeah, Dave, I agree with you. I think I just had to look up the names. Gordon and Sue. Is it? Yeah, Gordon and Sue Hall is the owners of them horses. Active Innocence and Old Park Star. Look, I don't think there's been a novice on our side of the water, and you only have to look at the Leopardstown race. Like, it's that Le Devant, something that won down in Tourless. Like, I don't know what that's worth, to be honest with you. You've Skylight Hustle. If he wins the Supreme, I'll pack it in. So I just don't think we've seen anything mega on the Irish side. Obviously, we have all the maiden hurdles to come over Christmas that might open up that. But the English novices are definitely on top, and that Active Innocence and All Park Star. I think they've easily done as much as what my Paddy Daddy has done. My Daddy Paddy. My Daddy, like, they've easily done as much as what he's done now, what they've been. And that Old Park Star, I don't know what it was about last week. I know you were killing me and hit me with everything, telling me to shut up.
Right?
Yeah, I'm convinced there was 130 horses in behind him there. Absolutely convinced of it. And if that's the case, he needs serious attention. He's sort of like, I'm surprised he is still as big as 14, 16 to 1. Like, you'll probably be able to sit until after Christmas. And if you're not impressed by anything, I wouldn't put you off getting stuck in, because if it was a Willie Mullins horse, he'd be 4 or 5 to 1. So for some reason, you're getting the price, even though it's in Henderson's hand, who has a very good record at Cheltenham. But them two novices are definitely ones that have stood out to me. I haven't seen Ant on the Irish side, as I said, and them two English. And then the novice chasers, as you said, unfortunately, we're not going to see Kopek, but I thought that performance from Lulamba was serious going now. I thought he was good. I thought he always needed a trip, but wherever he's doing now, I promise you, he's only going to be even better when he goes up and trip. He's one of these horses that's that good. He's just getting away with that 2 miles. As Andrew touched on, I think he could be even a bit of a shishkin. Like, he just should not be a 2 miler. There's nothing about him that's a 2 miler. He's out on his nose over the first 2 or 3 fences, and then all of a sudden he just latches on and goes away. I know he was getting weight, but like, he came up that Sandown hill on the bridle hard, and like, you don't see too many going up that hill. He was very, very, very good. I thought it set a serious benchmark back to Kopek. Now, in fairness, we're not going to see him until the Dublin Racing Festival, as he said. But other than that, I think they were the two or three horses. I think Henderson looks to have a good stranglehold of horses this season to go to war with.
I think if, in the Arkle, I think it'll be all the better for Lulamba if Kopek does turn up, because he'll set the pace for him. He'll give him something to run down. And I think, and we all know that Arkles have been known to run at 1,000,000. So I think it'll suit Lulamba and even Romeo Coolio down to the ground. I think it could be just set up for someone who stays further than 2 miles.
If all three of them turn up,
as we seen last season, even with Django Bay.
If all 3 of them turn up, it'll be some race. Probably won the race of the festival. So here's hoping. Someone asked there, would I back Henderson horse anti-post? I don't really back horses anti-post. I just think the markets are awful. But if I really fancied one and I thought, yeah, I'm getting a good price here, yeah, it wouldn't bother me. Hendo can tend to hide his horses, but I think that was inflated.
Yeah, some mad shit has happened in recent years, in fairness to him. Like, he got hit by bugs.
It's inflated more with Con Hill, and I think the more stuff happened, the more afraid he got. And the same thing happened with Altior and Sprinter. And I think over the course of the last 10 years, he's become afraid a little bit because his horses have got injured. But yeah, I would definitely back one if I fancied it. We'll go on to some trainers and jockey watch. Let's maybe talk about yards in form that we didn't expect. If there's any trainers flying under the radar for you, surprisingly quiet yards, maybe Willie's, Andrew's touched on it already. And then if you have a rider that is having a standout season, and that might be in conjunction with the trainer as well. And one for me, and one that I criticised a few times, is Brendan Powell. But I think it's in conjunction with Tizard's stable. They've had a real bounce back season with the Alexi colours. Can't think of the name, the owners, but they've a lot of horses in with Tizard and other trainers
Okay,
like
is it?
Philip Hobbs and so.
They broke it.
Yeah.
Barcode.
Yeah, Brocade Racing, that's what it is. But yeah, very good. Brendan Powell, a lot of winners. Sean Bowen is just unbelievable. He's never beaten on a horse. And I think Gordo has just been unbelievable. You always expect him to be good at this time of year, but he's better than ever. This season for me, he's really striking while the iron is hot. While Willie is struggling, he's getting as many winners as he can. I suppose Dan Skelton is across the water as well, but he's a scammer, so we won't say anything about that.
Don't you remember though, Gordon, even at the end of last season, he said he's changing things up. He said, I have to change things up if I want to keep up with Willie. And whatever he's doing is clearly bloody working.
Yeah, I wonder when we go to DRF, will he have many runners? He usually doesn't, and they don't really run that well at DRF. Maybe it'll change this year, and then we'll see on to the festivals. But those were the ones for me. But probably the standout jockey that I criticised a lot, and he's been great this season, is Brendan Powell. Andrew?
I go this side of the water first. I think, look, again, this is coming in conjunction with the form that Henry was in over the past few weeks. Well, he's obviously on a downhill spiral as is usual before Christmas. But Darragh O'Keefe, even away from Henry, he's getting outside rides on bigger price horses and he's winning on them. I think he's at the improving hand over fist. He's at the taking the chance that he was given with Rachel retiring last season by the scruff of the neck. Over here, I think he's absolutely riding out of his skin. Obviously Jack is Jack. He's always going to be unbelievable, but same with Gordon. In the UK, I've been kind of impressed with Ben Jones the last few weeks. I know Ben Paul and his horse have been going really well, but in races that he should be winning, he's winning them quite convincingly and not doing anything really wrong. How old is he? I don't even know how old he is. So that would be
He's young enough.
Mid-20s, mid-late 20s, yeah, I'd say.
He's having a breakout season now. There's a claimer in Ireland. And it come back to me. It's gone out of my head. I had it wrote down. I don't have it in front of me now. But I'm going to go through the race and there and I see can I spot his name.
Kieran Power Roach.
There you go, straight away. Kieran Power Roach.
He's been unbelievable.
He's robbing the claim. It's absolute
very good.
Bulldoggery theft, should I say? But yeah, that's them.
Sean.
Yeah, I'll give it to Gordo. I think he's been holding his he's been holding his fence well. Like he's gone solid the whole way through. Like he got a couple of horses beat early, but he wasn't afraid of it. And from being out of the races, I sort of gathered that his gallop, he might have had an issue with his gallop earlier on. That's probably helped him. He was a little bit behind getting horses ready and stuff like that. And you know what? If anything, it's probably, I'd say he won't have issues with his gallop every year, but he might hold the horses back a little bit longer the way he has been. He's been consistent the whole way through. Of course, we had Henry who hit unbelievable heights and has come back down now. You've had Willie underneath. But I think Gavin Cromwell coming into Christmas, he's starting to turn a corner a little bit. He's getting a couple of winners and he could have some really, really well handicapped horses. He was having horses running there for about 6 weeks that were just, I don't know what happened to them, but they just weren't. Some of them are running, some weren't running. so he could really come back into form over Christmas. And then one on the English side, Dave, you really brought me attention to her, Faye Bromley. I don't know I don't know what she's doing with these horses, but she's taken Pagano, Willie Mullins's, and she's just gone to new heights with it. And she's taken Glen Gooley and just gone and won a Paddy Power December plate with it. Oh, she obviously knows the time of day of what's going on. Like, you very rarely do you get horses coming out of these yards that you're going to take and improve and get back to winning ways. But
I'd
she's
say
well
AP has a lot to do with it as well, to be honest. She's training out of his farm, so
yeah, very possibly. But like, it's some going. Like, you could hand them horses off to many big trainers and they wouldn't get them. So she obviously has a knack of keeping them sweet. She's definitely a trainer that's come on my radar now. Horses to be well back to as well. So it's definitely one to keep your eye out on to see if she picks up anything.
One thing.
yeah, very good. And last thing, just to touch on before we kick on and preview the Long Walk Hurdle. Early thoughts for the Cheltenham Festivals. What do you think is the strongest division at the moment, Sean?
Oh, I think that Mare's Chase could be a cracker. I know people hate it. There's a couple that's come out like you. I know you've Dino Blue is consistent every year. You've Spindleberry. You've the big Westerner is going to go in there now. You have Carla Conti. You could have Jade de Grugy. Cracking. I think that they're all in and around sort of levels of each other that could make a cracking race. I thought the novices, like obviously we touched on, if that article comes through at Romeo Coolio, Kopek the board, and Lulamba, that's elite stuff now. You won't get that. You won't see that too many times in your lifetime. But the novice hurdles are still wide open. So I'd say between the article, if them trio can turn up and run in that race, it'd be a cracker. And outside of that, I think the Mare's Chase division is taking serious shape now.
Yeah, I like the Mare's Chase. I've liked it all along, but I think it's good this year. And the Arkle for me, like both novice chases are going to be very good. But the Arkle, if the three of them turn up, which I hope they do, it'll be like an Arkle version of Well Chief, Moscow Flyer, and Azurtiop when they ran around Sandown in the Tingle Creek. Because the three of them, two of them want to go on the pace, Kovac and Romeo Coolio.
One can for a fence.
The other lad is happy to sit behind and let them set the pace. There'll probably be one or two other decent horses in it too, so that would be some race if we get that at Cheltenham. Andrew, strongest division for you?
Arkle, but for me by a country mile if you have them all line up right now. Like as you touched on, Lulamba, Kopek the board, Romeo Coolio, throw in July Flower then as well if you want it. Shields want to make the pace, Kopek will want to make the pace, Romeo will track it, Lulamba will track it. Send them all to the second last head and may the best horse win. That will be unbelievable. Yeah, same with Sean there. I was only scrolling through it there, as he said it. The Mare's Chase does look very, very decent. Spindleberry, Dino Blue, only by night. Be interested to see where she goes. Does she line up here or does she go Champion Chase? If she was mine, I'd go Champion Chase on the back of her win and when Cromwell's were all falling out the back of a telly.
I think Champion Chase as well.
Yeah, I'd send her there. Cala Conti now is very interesting. She's at the improving hand over fist. Admittedly, she's been beating Willie's horses that have been not right. It's clear as day they're not right. But she beat, can't remember which one was first. Which
Jade de Grugy and then Cargeese
first. But then when she beat Cargeese, she had Cargeese beat a long way out. She's not going to be seen now until I think maybe the Dublin Racing Festival. But she's at the improving hand over fist for a fence, even though she's a small little mare. She could be a surprise package in that race. But yeah, they're the two. Gold Cup hasn't really taken shape yet. That'll take shape now after Christmas time. Where Galpin, does he go to Leopardstown? Does he go to Tremor for the O'Driscoll's chase? A lot will be told now over Christmas time with that. But yeah, look, as you said they're the two races mainly that are going to be absolutely, if they run tomorrow, we'd be all standing there in awe of what's going to happen.
Speaking of Cheltenham, you see JP bought Oscar's brother, I'd say, for the 4 miler, I imagine.
That or the Kim Muir or something down that line.
Yeah, good horse. A race that looks wide open. Andrew touched on it already. For me, the race that looks wide open at the moment is the Gold Cup. I would assume after the Savills and the King George, we'll have a bit more of a an idea. But to me, Gold Cup is wide open at the moment. How about you, Sean?
I think that's stairs, Dave. I don't like. There's a lot of. I don't know if it's just gonna go back to the same old, same old. The Hupu will come out on top. I look through that and I'd say that's wide open, and then I just feel like something fucking mad is gonna happen in the champion hurdle. I don't know what's going on. Really. Like, is Sergino just gonna come back and tank them all, or if he doesn't, I get a whiff of something mad happening again this year.
And they're going to be like golden A's to win back-to-back champion hurdles.
Yeah, it's just like I look through, like, the new line has fallen. You've William Money who's yet to reach a track. Like, I don't know. It's giving me a serious stink that something mad is going to happen.
Look, Thomas convinced that how good is Pure Steel? Thomas convinced.
Yeah,
when he's let down.
That's a proper. I think that's a proper horse. That's a proper order horse now. I don't even think they had the kitchen sink on him the last day. He sort of half got back and half didn't get back to Mark Wall's claim on this thing. And I'd say he could. I know Jimmy Mangan had Spillane Towers, and it's very easy to say, but this horse, he is absolutely fucked in wherever he goes.
Yeah, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place now to where the fuck do we go now? We can't really play our hand much more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're touching champion hurdle. Like, I'm our biggest fan. Thomas convinced you to go for the champion hurdle. I still think Lassie could turn up in the mayor's hurdle, to be honest.
The goal they take is for Chirino to win and to be beaten.
If Sergino comes out and looks like an absolute world beater and he wins by about 50 lengths, they just avoid him and go for the race that they know they can win.
Well, what's he going to be up against, though? What's he even? Where's the bet? Is there any bet?
He's up against nothing anyway.
Yeah, it won't matter.
Kempton.
And then Brighter Days ahead, like.
Yeah, that's a weird one now.
If anyone tells me she can jump the line through the teeth, there's not a fucking chance she can jump.
She jumps hardly. She
injured herself fucking schooling.
Yeah, there's not. I don't care what they tell me. Wherever Gordon says anything to them, you can't have wanted to go chasing last year and it didn't happen. And you school this time around and all of a sudden you're still staying over hurdles. It's not adding up to being able to jump fences.
Nope.
Last little bit on this. A horse you'd be happy to back now for any race at Cheltenham.
Oh, Jesus.
Andrew.
Oh, Jesus. Any horse that I would be happy to back Cheltenham, right? If Cheltenham was running tomorrow, we can take the price right now.
Yeah.
Factor foil in the Ryanair. I'll take 2-1.
Okay.
I'll give you another one in a minute.
Sean.
Yeah, Andrew stole me thunder. I look through and, like, you know me, I like getting involved. I haven't even been able to have a proper, other than I backfunneled the man through the summer, but other than him, I haven't had a punt on that. If it was tomorrow, it probably would be Factor Foil. He's the only one that I can throw my hat on and say he's going to perform. But I hope Sergino comes back. There's something special about him. Like, there's not many horses in training you could tell me now it's going to line up in a champion chase or a champion hurdle and be favourite for whatever race he starts in. If he can come back, he's a serious out talent.
Can I have a double, Dave?
You can. Poppy, come here.
Right. I have a Factor foil for the Ryanair. And I'm having Woodoo for the Mayor's hurdle. Lossie's going to run the champion hurdle, by the way. So she's not in this race. Just to have that clear. So I think 7-4 on Woodoo. And I think 2-1 and Factor foil a double. Thank you very much.
And I'll agree with Key Buckley, and I will say Marine National for the champion chase. It's just so blatantly obvious. Yeah. He's better than all the others. He wins around Cheltenham. He'll get his ground. He'll be primed.
As much as it kills me, if you could guarantee me good ground, he is a fucking hell of a bit.
The others just all have jumping issues or frailties. Yeah. Sergino, I know people are saying he'll go chase. He won't, because they'll protect him, and it's easier for horses to get injured over fences. So he'll just stay over hurdles now, especially if he runs at Christmas time. So yeah, it's Marine National.
I actually like if he gets beat the Christmas and gets beat at the RF, I would
get a better price.
Yeah, I wouldn't even hesitate twice if that ground came up good.
Like when you're
Poppy,
looking at
come
the
here.
champion chase, now, I as much as I hate him, I can see the whole point of it. If Lete Tom doesn't act around there again, he's fuck all. He's fuck all to beat. Management will be on his arse somewhere, so Dreen will be running a half an hour later. Found the 50 is a great 2 horse. Lord of Saw is nowhere near it. In fact, if
I've seen people put up Calixios as well, and I don't blame them because he won't be a million miles off.
May as well be dead. He's injured now.
Yeah, he's injured again, and he's
injured now.
Is he?
Just I don't know. He just finds a way to lose. And one horse you want to oppose at the moment, and it can't be Mashborough.
My daddy Paddy.
What you say to me?
One horse you want to oppose at the moment, and it can't be Mashborough.
My daddy Paddy all day long.
Who do I want to stand up? I want
Con Hill. Wait.
Yeah.
Can I say it this time and get away with it? Con Hill is the biggest lay of the festival. Remember I said that? Wow, when he bolted up in the spring.
Who do I want to stand up at the moment? Yeah, I don't think he'd be too far off. But like, obviously, my daddy Paddy's a short. You try and find a short price favourite.
Ballyburn.
Is he favourite or is the Hoopoe favourite? I'd stand up to Hoopoe because the Hoopoe is just one of them bridesmaids to somehow just find something to beat him. Like he needs a bog, and if it doesn't get them conditions, you just don't know what's going to happen with him.
Ballyburn is 2-1. T Hoopoe 3-1, 7-2. What? Dave is at the lock and Poppy away.
I'm going to say I know the way you're thinking. That's who I'd oppose. I think people have forgotten how difficult it is to win back-to-back Gold Cups, and they just think he's going to turn up and be scammed all year, and the same thing is going to happen again. But
that's the thing with him. Like you just don't know what's going on. Like like they mightn't run straight for the year. Like, and it's all a big guess.
But that's all well and good. It's the amount of horses that win 2 Gold Cups, like
it's because Gallopin has done it recently. People just think it can be done.
because Album Photo and Gallopin have done it recently. You think, that's just normal now. It's not like it's not a thing that happens all the time.
Like, look at Blue Tard, won it by 14 lengths or something like that, and couldn't raise a gallop the year after.
So what's going to happen is like we're going to have soft to heavy ground on the Friday at Cheltenham. Gallopin is going to open up 4-1. He's going to be smashed into 6-4, and he's going to win 3 Gold Cups. And I might cry a bit. I'm not going to lie. I might.
It's more than likely one of the novices coming through will probably win. I love Gallopin, but it's going to be very hard to come back after 3 Gold Cups and win a 4th one. I'd love to see it, but
I'm all for looking for the novices like in these races, but there's nothing there. There's absolutely not.
Okay.
Probably Django Bay, maybe? Like Jukebox Man, I don't keep saying the fucking horse box.
I'd be interested in Django Bay. I just want to see the King George first and then go from there.
I was going to say do go.
Nikki's record with the old 3 Mile Chasers wouldn't be the best bar Bob's worth, but we'll see.
And he could long run.
Yeah, for sure. He tried a million times as well to win.
Now, could you imagine how good long run could have been if that yoke wasn't on his back?
Yeah, I'm sure Barry Garrity wanted to ride that.
Fucking Cohen. A dentist. A dentist was right, a Gold Cup winner.
Right, the long walk hurdle. The grade 1 in Ascot, 3 miles, half a furlong. We have Honesty Policy 11-4, Imposed Twat 10-3, Strong Leader. I fucking hate that horse, man. 9-2, Crambo 9-1, Potter's Charm 9-1, Jet Blue 14s. I'll go through them all. Dottie the Great 18s, Alto Belly 20s, Colonel Mustard Legend got a couple of wins recently 20s. Beauport, Andrew loves that horse 25-1.
And Queen,
you do, you really do. Like,
he does.
It's a big useless
soft spot for him.
A big useless galoot from the Twister stable, and you spag him every single time. Queenie May Boy at 50-1. Andrew, you can go first.
So Beauport was second in this last season. He hasn't fucking hope in hell here. Strong leader, how he's 9-2, going right-handed. He's just fucking useless. He was last of 10 in this last season, beating 70 odd lengths. Like, I used to like him. Just fuck off. Like, why you running this way around? You know he's useless to going this way around. Crambo, look, he's going for 3 in a row. You loved him. I could never like grasp it. I don't know what you see, but he's clearly a good horse to win this twice. I just don't like him. I think it's between the top two. Honesty Policy, talk about coming through the rankings in a race or not. He got beaten as maiden hurdle over 2 miles by Joystick in January of this year. Won not even a 2 mile maiden hurdle, 1 mile, 7.5 furlongs at Navan. Then he won at the DRF over 2 miles. Then he won a grade 1 over 2.5 miles. Then he was second to Jasmine DeVoe over 3 miles. He's a definition of unexposed, to say the least. I'd love to back him. And Gordon's form is a huge attribute to why they're probably bringing him over here for first round of the season. I just think in post-what, the race fitness, the battle he had last time against Strong Leader after Nico tried his best to deck him by throwing him into the back of Strong Leader at the last. I think that will stand to him massively here. I think he'll beat him on Saturday, but when they meet again, I think it'll be the other way around. I think Honesty Policy is the one in the race that has the potential to be the horse that everyone's looking for in the Stayers division. I just think the first run of the season, maybe the time to catch him, go against him, considering that Impotois has 2 runs under his belt this season. This is only his 3rd run over this trip as well, so he still has a bit of improvement to come. And you consider a Strong Leader's use is going this way. Crambo would be the danger. Yeah, I just think it's there for Impotois to win a grade 1.
Yeah, look, for me, I'll stick with Crambo. I have done the last 2 years. He wants 2 things.
Freshness, and he fucking took her off him. And then he just ran him for no reason.
Nope, put that back down. He's gone. He's not fresh.
He wants 2 things. Being fresh.
Oi! Premature celebrations for Crambo.
He ran him for fitness, which is stupid, but going right-handed.
How'd you get balloons? Fuck the Crambo. How'd you get balloons?
Yay!
Oh, brilliant.
And right-handed, I talked to a few people on Twitter, and I cannot for the life of me understand why they consistently run Crambo in the Stayers Ireland, and he cannot go left-handed. He just literally runs for 300 meters, throws the dummy out the pram. I'm fucked if I'm doing this again. But Ascot in December, we'll go again. There's been a few times horses have won this numerous years. Rev de Civil back in the day, Andrew. I know you liked him. I liked him too. Paisley Park.
Legend.
But the one to beat is Honesty Policy. I think he's the up and comer. But I'll side with Crambo. Sean?
Yeah, Impost, well, lads, I think we dodged a fucking mega bullet with him the last day. I don't know if he's that good. I thought he was dynamite at Aintree, and I went back and watched that race at Newbury. Jeez, he wasn't getting them £5. I think we were in serious trouble. I just got
a balls off Nico.
Yeah, I know he still made a dogfight out of it after the last, but didn't he? Like he needed every yard getting £5. I don't know. I think you might got away with one at Newbury. I won't lie to you. When we look back at the end of the season and say we got away with Blue Mortar, Strong Leader, like, just couldn't be having coming back right-handed. Crambo, Potter's Charm, all them types of horses. Aldo Belly, like, he runs his race at Ascot. Anything could happen to him. I won't be backing him, but there'll be all eyes on Honesty Policy. Like, everyone was hanging their hat on Yasmin DeVoe coming into the Stayers division this year as the bet to be on the Stayers. Unfortunately, we lost him, but like, there was very little between the pair of them at Punchestown. I know Punchestown at the end of the season can be a little bit, but this lad went from a maiden hurdle all the way up to like a grade 1 or Aintree in the space of 4 runs, and it all happened pretty quickly. He didn't get much time to think about it. So there could be any amounts of improvement. I don't know whether he was met with a setback, and they've had to wait until now, early on in the season. So I don't know how fit he's going to be coming in here. But I'd say the mark is going to tell all, because JP likes a punt, and if Honesty Policy is not straight, or if Impostoir, they'll know the stranglehold, I'd say the betting will tell you all you need to know in this race on the day.
just one thing there. Tom Leach said he's interested to see Waterford Whispers run in the Paddy Power at Christmas. Will he improve for the application of cash? Plot job could be. I don't think that horse is any good. He was backed off the boards the last time. However, myself and Sean have talked about this. 2 horses that were waiting to see anti-post, I will do anti-post, from Henry's Yard. The handicap at the DRF that, what's the name of the horse that won in the fucking
Heartwood.
Heartwood. The same race that Heartwood won. We're waiting to see which horses entered, either Cocktail Divan or Divan, whatever way you pronounce it, or Slade Steel. Slade Steel. We're positive one of those will run, and whatever one runs, we are backing.
100%.
So there's
I don't know why. Like I say to myself every year, right? It was Heartwood, it was someone else the year before, and last year we had the Gavin Cromwell horse. I say to myself, why don't we not just back one race at this DRF and just back no others and just enjoy the rest? Because
it was a Percival Legalwa last year, was it?
Came down. No, remember he came down with Heartwood. The both of them were about 10 lengths clear.
He won a race last year.
Back to normal. That's who it was last year.
Yeah. But he's won. There's an early one for us. Just that was an interesting comment. It got the old brain thinking. Yeah.
That and the other one that's I think is hilarious, Fiona, is that Wall Park. I don't care what anyone tells me.
What the fuck are they doing with him? Like,
I don't care what anyone tells me.
What are they stopping him for?
When he arrives at Cheltenham, he is gonna know how to jump. He's gonna know how to travel.
I'd say, Andrew.
And he's gonna fucking piss up.
He'll go from being 20 lengths detached at the start to 20 lengths clear coming to the third.
Yeah,
I'd say it's the Kim Muir anyway.
I'm just going, Tom, a bit of voice with Waterford Whisper. I was a massive fan of him. He's a fucking pig. Yeah, he cannot jump. He cannot jump. He is,
and he had the money down the last day.
Yeah, they're at the back of him. Undeemed times they are, and it's just not happening. He's just not with it. But what the lad said there with Heartwood or Cocktail Divan, 2 of them are well handicapped horses. If not Heartwood, Slade Steel turns up on the back of that run with the same mark at that handicap, you can GSI all day long into him.
His form is so strong. It looks like he was like disappointing over fences, but he's not. He's just being beaten by decent horses.
It's the exact same as Heartwood. I think he was beaten and then he was injured, and every horse he bet by was gone into grade 1, grade 2.
Could you imagine the Supreme Novice Hurdle winner walking into a handicap at the DRF? Like, what the fuck's going on here? It's a clear as day, lads.
The thing is, he's getting better with every time he runs over fences as well. He's getting more confidence with the jumping. But look, that's it for today on the mid-season review, Long Walk Hurdle preview. We are back next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. live for the Christmas racing preview. All the grade 1s, the handicaps, you name it, we'll have it. Probably going to be more than an hour, so you're going to have to strap in. You're going to have to strap in, get a bottle of beer. We don't condone drinking alcohol and betting in here. Well, we do if it's done responsibly. So do that kind of stuff.
That's a load of bollocks now, because we're going to be absolutely polluted on the 28 now if he's back in Yaks in France.
That's very true. So next Tuesday, and same as always, big crowd watching us tonight. Wanting a preview of sorts, but a lot of people listening along. So thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments down below. The comments are great. The last 6 or 7 shows, people chiming in with some good opinions and stuff. So we'll get to them when we can. Enjoy Ascot tomorrow and Saturday. If there's no bets, it is a good card. But if there's no bets for you, hold fire till Stephen's Day, and then we have 4 or 5 days good racing, and then we're on.
Just hold fire for Stephen's Day. You have 110 races you can attack.
Yeah, and then after that, we are heading towards DRF, and then we are heading right towards Cheltenham. Have a good weekend, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Sean. God bless.
God bless.